Hi, it's Alan. I'm here again, Alan Repich with Creative Age Leadership and the Cause and Success Program, and I'm bringing you another episode of the Value Marketing Minute. And what I want to do is address a question that came in from the last episode where we talked about the definition of value marketing, what that is, and really how to go about some basic steps designing a value proposition. And Alex writes in a question. A question that comes to mind is the following: in a company organization role where you need to serve a broad audience, what do you do with your value propositions? Do you create multiple tailored value propositions with resonating points that and thus create a complex message structure and a lot of work? Or do you create one value proposition with all of your points of difference and risk that the customers are fed messages that don't resonate? What gives the most bang for the buck? So thanks, Alex, for that question. That's a great question. So often this comes up when you have multiple products and services, usually in larger organizations, but not necessarily always the case. So we're going to try to address that today with just a little bit of information to see if we can sort it out a bit. So stick with me. Basically, the way that we look at this problem is we can kind of take a look at it as a hierarchical structure, if you will. Now, I want to be very careful and point out that if you take on this sort of a hierarchy and this complexity, you better be able to communicate it throughout your team. And that sometimes is possible. Maybe you've already established that level of relationship and communication with your team, but not always the case. So don't just jump into this thinking, oh, hey, I'll create this structure and it's going to work. It only works if you have the right relationships and really good communication in your team. But one way to do this is to take a look at it in a hierarchy. Have your company brand, your company marketing, your company level value propositions. And you'll often see this a lot in consumer goods, like McDonald's is doing a lot of this right now, where they're putting out lots of feel-good messages, lots of happiness, be really happy with our brand and stuff like that. So that's corporate level branding, and that kind of establishes the personality of your company. Then what you do is you create hooks within that you can land categories. And your categories in the McDonald's case might be cheeseburgers over here, salads over there, cafe lattes over here. And so then what you do is you say, well, we've got this breakfast thing going on, we got this dinner thing going on, and we got this lunch thing going on. And we call those categories. And then what we do is we latch onto those categories with our messages. So we always have something to attach to. So we're actually following this hierarchy up through the message structure. Then we finally get down to actually the real meat of the issue, which is sales. It's all about sales in the end. Without sales, any company is dead. So really, that's where this specific value propositions land, is on the product level, the specific product, the specific service. And those can then attach to these higher levels of category and of company brand. Now, how to do that is another topic that we'll be covering soon. But the idea is you can create this hierarchy and then have the ability to still be very specific with your very specific customer and their needs, wants, and perspective, and speak their language. When you're talking about multiple products, you do have to change what you say in the language you use depending on who that customer is at the end. So that's how you do it. That's at least how you get started. When you have complex products, multiple value propositions that seem unrelated, and you really attach them to categories and then to brands, and you can skip steps in between if you don't need all of that. But the idea is you attach it to something else that also has a resonating point of difference, but at a higher level than what a specific product feature, benefit, value combination really has. So that's how you do it. This is Alan Repich with the Value Marketing Minute, and stay tuned. We'll be having a little bit more. Look us up on the YouTube channel at Cause and Success. That's our channel on YouTube. And hit that subscribe button on Cause and Success on YouTube and leave your comments there. And love to hear from you. Love to hear the input. We had a great question from Alex today, for example. And keep the comments rolling. Keep the questions rolling. Thanks. It's Alan. See you later. Bye.